You're listening to BQN. Assimilate the audio.
Engage.
78 years have passed since the days of the original USS Enterprise. Now a new Galaxy starship has been designed.
Transporter Chief, beam our listeners aboard. Welcome to Galaxy Class, a Star Trek Next Generation podcast on BQN. I'm your host, Counselor Amy Nelson, and with me today is Master of Trivia, Best of the Best, and the all-knowing Joe Keegan.
Amy, it's not like we need multiple transporters to beam our one listener aboard, is it? Thank you for that intro. That was very, very kind.
Well, listeners, in case you didn't catch us on Trexperts quiz, Joe and I went head to head. We had a fun time answering questions all about the Enterprise D. And I think we both need to learn a little bit more. More so.
Amy needs to learn a little bit more. What was it? You got 9 points, and that was with me gifting a half point to you. And
yes.
I got 28.
Yes, you were 300%. Well, more than 300%. Better than me. Mm-hmm. I bow. I'm not worthy.
You are vanquished. Yes.
Yes. No, it was really fun. Davey had some great questions.
Can't believe we didn't get IDF though. That's going to haunt my nightmares. Inertial dampening field.
Oh.
So obvious.
So
not
obvious.
Interdisciplinary faculties or anything like that. It's unusual. Yeah. It's good fun.
Yeah. So how have you been?
Good. We're in the run up to literally everybody in the UK is campaigning for more wages, and so like every body is going on strike. Every train drivers have been on strike, rail workers, nurses are going on strike, which they've never done in their whole 100 or so year history. And teachers are going on strike next Thursday, or one of the teaching unions is going on strike. Not my union. My union is going on strike on the week beginning 5th of December. So, unionize, folk, unionize, which might be an alien concept to my American friends.
Well, not to teachers, no.
Yeah, teachers you guys. Are you a union? Are you in a union?
I'm not, but so many are.
You should. Certainly in the UK, unions provide legal protection if, say, a pupil accuses you of something, your union will pay your legal fees. So there's lots of protections to be had. So it's a good idea.
That is true. And if you are not in the union, are you still covered?
No.
See, here I am.
Oh, who covers that?
It's really weird. I get all the benefits of being in a union. Oh my gosh. I can't be talking about this.
No, I don't think you can. I think the Las Vegas Mafia are going to take you out.
I think so. Yeah. So no, I'm. Yes.
Do you? Is it a case of you have to leave $100 bill in an envelope under a park bench?
Yep.
Every third Sunday.
Yes.
And then that's you protected.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah, we did on just actually last Tuesday on our November vote for the state of Nevada. We had an increase in minimum wage, and it passed.
Oh, nice. So cool.
We also are looking for better wages.
What is your minimum wage in Las Vegas?
Oh dear.
Do you know?
I do not know. I've been salaried for so long.
Yeah, it'll be $1.50, won't it?
something like that.
Our
No, I think they wanted it to go up to $13.50 or something like that.
oh,
I
that's
read the referendum. I did do my due diligence, and I do understand it does hurt small businesses, but I feel that big businesses sort of need to be told what to do because they're not doing it on their own. So
yes. That's the dilemma for small businesses, isn't it?
yeah.
They struggle to stay in business, and they have, if they're forced to pay their workers a living wage or a minimum wage, then they could potentially go out of business.
It's very difficult for small businesses because, yeah, you have to give your employees insurance, which is so darn expensive, and a livable wage. I mean, I really do feel for small businesses.
Yeah, and pay a pension. That's law in the UK.
Oh,
Business that your employer has to pay into a pension for you. So, and I don't think there's any exemptions.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Prodigy.
Is
Are
that
you
because
liking it?
I did so well in the quiz? I'm a prodigy. Yeah.
You are a prodigy.
Thank you. I am really enjoying Prodigy. Although, yeah, the second last episode, the TOS inspired
Yeah.
one, was kind of fun. Although I kind of half watched it, I was on my phone too much, so I have to go rewatch it. The last one there, that base, the outpost they landed on, I was like, there's too many people that we've met before. Like there's Klingons and there's Kazon and there's
The Enterprise.
the Zindi folk, the reptilians. There was all the Starfleet folk. I was like, I know, I get the idea that the Federation has expanded out to encompass all these other places, but it just felt like a bit, let's just throw everything at it, maybe.
Well, I actually liked that because it was sort of the seedy, bad planet. So those species that like fit in. And it's like, why introduce something new when we can build our current universe?
Okay. Yeah.
So I sort of took it like that. And I'm like, oh, finally, we're not getting something new again.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. It's a bit like the Mos Eisley, wasn't it?
Yeah. That TOS episode, it was difficult. So go back and watch it again, because the first time I saw it and I'm like, it felt Lower Decks-ish. Like it was supposed to be funny, but I didn't. Prodigy isn't Lower Decks. And they kept, doing these funny, with the hand and the Zon and Starflight. And I'm like, am I supposed to be laughing? Because I don't want to laugh. This isn't a Lower Decks type of show. I got really confused with that episode.
Okay, I'm going to rewatch it maybe tonight, and I will let you know.
Yeah,
what I feel about it.
And then also, don't you feel that the plot is getting pretty complex for if this show is meant for young adults? Because I was thinking, okay, I remember watching He-Man, and I maybe was a little young, 8 to 12, something like that. And I couldn't ever really watch every single day. I don't know why, but with He-Man, you'd have like the beginning few seconds and the end few seconds that was the big story arc about Skeletor and what was going on there. And then you'd have your episode, which Prodigy is doing. But I never understood the whole big story of He-Man. And I feel like if I were that age and with Prodigy, I wouldn't know what the heck is going on. They're bouncing between hologram Janeway and real Janeway, and this dad that's now cares but doesn't, and the ship, whose ship is it? And it just seems like it's so back and forth and so convoluted. If I were a young kid, I don't know that I'd be able to keep up with it. It seems complex.
Is it really for kids, though? I know it's kind of produced by Nickelodeon or for Nickelodeon or whatever, but it's really for the fans, isn't it? It's really for us to watch.
Well, that's what I'm feeling now. I felt like the first 10 episodes was good for that age group. But now, this part of this first season, I feel like, yeah, it's meant for fans.
Yeah. Like, I don't think, like cartoons are, like, my little nephew who's 7, he went to see Black Adam at the movies. And like, it's not suitable. It's kind of, there's lots of gratuitous violence, and the bad guy gets ripped in two at the end. It's like, it's not for a 7-year-old. So I don't know if are cartoons, well, they're made for kids, still a little bit more adult than they used to be when we were wee.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Who
knows? It's still enjoyable. It's still new Star Trek, so
yeah,
we can't complain too much.
No, we cannot. Oh, I'm thinking that I was so surprised when they ran into Janeway, on that planet. And then they figured out, they're the ones that Janeway's looking for. So they're running away. And I'm like, I hate it when it's like, just talk to each other. I know that causes the tension, but I think now they're both going to, I think that Dahl's crew is going to get to Chakotay first, and it will be Chakotay the one to straighten things out.
Ah, okay.
That's what
that
I'm
was
thinking.
really frustrating because Dahl and Janeway were face to face.
Yep.
And it just didn't happen. And I was like, so close.
Yep.
So far.
So close. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So did you know that the movies left from Paramount Plus?
I did not, which is, Paramount Plus is, or all streaming services maybe have different content depending on their country. So maybe it's different over here.
Yeah, check. Do you still have the movies on Paramount? Because the only two that I have are Star Trek 09 and Into Darkness. Every single other movie has been removed from the Paramount Plus app. It is now on the HBO Max. Yeah.
Oh, we don't get that. Well, maybe we don't. Maybe we do. I don't really know. I'm going to check Paramount Plus just now. Yeah, we've got all of them. Let me see. We've got the motion picture. We've got The Wrath of Khan. We've got Star Trek 3. We've got Star Trek 4. Star Trek... Where's 5? Star Trek 5. Star Trek 6.
Generations?
Yeah, we've got Generations. We've got First Contact. Insurrection. Nemesis. Star Trek 09.
Into Darkness.
We don't have Into Darkness.
What? How about Beyond?
We don't have Beyond.
Well, that's
weird. Do you have Into Darkness and Beyond?
Nope, I have 09 and Into Darkness.
Oh.
That is strange. Weird.
Isn't it? I've just searched for Into Darkness. Oh, we couldn't find it, it says.
Huh.
But I'm assuming it's still on Netflix. That's where we mostly watch. So doesn't seem to be any online streaming service where I could watch Star Trek Into Darkness. Luckily, though, I've got it on Blu-ray.
Right. Physical media to the rescue again.
Yes. Because, when the end of the world happens, and the apocalypse and the zombies and World War III and all that dystopian stuff happens, we'll have our Blu-ray collection.
We will.
Uh,
So I was watching, the two remaining movies that I could.
Mhm.
So last night I watched '09, which, oh my gosh, I just love that movie. Every second that I'm watching it, I'm enjoying it. And I'm like, oh, this is such a good scene. Oh, this is such a good scene. Oh, this is such a good part. I love it. And I love the actors and how well they did in capturing the essence. And they're written so well, just glowing. I loved it. Loved it. Then I turned on Into Darkness and I'm like, there's got to be something. Come on, Nelson. It's a great movie, isn't it? The whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, when are we going to get to this scene? I sort of got bored. And then all these questions started popping up in my mind, so much so that I started a little thread on our BQN Facebook group page.
Mm.
And I'm like, what about this? What about this? There's a couple people, it's like, what's a piece of crap movie? You don't ask questions. This is why it's crap.
Oh, yeah.
Into Darkness is just not, it's not, I still can't figure out why I love '09 and beyond, and Into Darkness just isn't good.
I'm trying to remember what happens in '09. Who's the bad guy in '09?
Khan.
No.
Oh,
Into Darkness.
sorry. Nero.
Oh, yeah, Romulus gets destroyed and he's got his big... okay. I think the best thing about '09 is the introduction to the characters in the new cast.
Yep.
Playing characters we all know and love.
Mhm.
Zachary Quinto, I think, plays Spock just like... He just captures the essence, like you say, so well. Who is Bones? Or what's his
Carl
face?
Urban.
Carl Urban, yeah, from Lord of the Rings. Yes. Who was he in Lord of the Rings? He was Eomer, wasn't he? The head guy, the Rohan. No, the Rohirrim. He was the chief horse lord guy. Yes.
Okay.
And Chris
they
Pine,
write Zoe Saldana, Uhura.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She does such a good job.
I think my favourites are Bones and Spock.
Mm.
Chris Pine, there's something about Chris Pine that I find really dislikable.
Oh my gosh, no. He does it for me, for sure.
No, I think he's a bit like Tom Cruise. He's like only 2'3" tall in real life, actual size.
Okay.
Yes, this is true facts. True facts. Cool, yeah, no. Let's go.
So I did get a sort of a trilogy feel from it. So if we're looking at Star Trek '09, that's where in general, Kirk is learning to trust Spock. Mm-hmm. And in Into Darkness, Spock is learning to trust Kirk. Because it's Spock who's trying to figure out, why did you come save me? Oh, you saved me because we're friends. So we get that journey. And then in Beyond, that's the movie where they all come together. You cannot break a bundle of sticks. Right. See?
South African?
That was my Scotty.
Okay.
So I like that continuation of the crew's, growth together.
And we also see Kirk becoming a bit disenfranchised with the whole being out in space, doing the same old. This is his job, which I don't get really. It'd be amazing to be out exploring the universe, wouldn't it?
Right.
I would do it in a heartbeat.
But I think it takes a long time from getting, from point A, from one mission to the next mission. And maybe that's the monotonous part of it.
And they don't have holodecks yet, so there's nothing to pass the time.
Right. Yeah.
But you've got a brewery as an engine room, so
There you go.
Budweiser, is it Budweiser? It's not a Budweiser
Sure.
factory. I think it was the engine room on the Enterprise in 09 is a Budweiser brewery somewhere.
Oh, I could totally see that.
Yeah.
This is the captain. Senior officers will report to my ready room immediately.
Well, today we are going to have a little how-to session. And how do we get to Utopia? Now, Joe, when I asked, what are we talking about this week? You had mentioned this. So what brought this on?
A bout of madness, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe this is a topic that is too big for Galaxy class. Too big for little Amy and little Joe to kind of tackle and sort out the world. So I've got a big commute to work, so I listen to the radio, I listen to global news. The US midterms have been on recently, so I've been listening to a bit of CNN, a little bit of MSNBC, a little bit of Fox News, then quickly changed over because they're a bunch of nuts. Sorry, listeners, if you're Fox News fans. So I've been following world politics. Climate change is big at the moment, and it's just getting worse. Like the news in New York at the moment, they've got a freak snowstorm and lives are at risk, and they've got the snowplows out already in New York, and it's only mid-November. We've got a war in Ukraine, we've got Russia, we've got China, we've got the US, we've got Trump coming back. We've got Elon Musk doing whatever he's doing at Twitter, and the Twitter headquarters being closed over the weekend while everybody has a mass exodus. So the world seems not to be in a very good place at the moment. And Amy and Joe are here to save it.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, insert the superhuman theme tune now. So yeah, that was the genesis of the thought about how do we get from where the world is just now to the utopia that we see on Earth in, say, like the 24th century, where do you have to work, or do you just work for the benefit of society? You don't need money. There's no capitalism. And it's just, there's no climate change. The Earth's air is breathable. There's no poverty and no sickness. There is sickness, but it's most things are curable. Like cancer's curable. Everything like flu. There's no COVID. Everything but the common cold, apparently, according to Dr. Beverly, is curable. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. And when you think of utopia, sort of those things that you mentioned, and that was what I was thinking, like, okay, well, the first thing in my mind is there's no money. There's, very limited sickness. And so that's sort of the things that I wanted to talk about. Like, how do we get to a point of not using money? And I'm like, it just doesn't seem possible. I don't even think, because there's going to be a bartering system no matter what. You're going to have something that I want. And if you want to give it to me, maybe I've got something that you want, so that there's some kind of trade. Is it reasonable? Is it just because we've never experienced it that, Joe, if you have something that I need, you're going to give it to me willingly?
Do you know what? We live in this capitalist society, and we are marketed to like every single minute of every single day. There's adverts on everything, and everything that we buy, we are psychologically programmed to kind of want or need that thing. Could we live with without half the stuff that we have in our houses? Probably. Could we just be as comfortable? I would think so, yes. Can we get to a point where we don't need money? I don't see how. Why do we? Yeah, I don't.
Because I mean, even looking at Star Trek, like the commodities that are rare, like dilithium, I think,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yes.
that has to be mined. So then are people going to do that, or is that going to be AI? And if you need people to do that, is that something that in Utopia, oh man, I wish I could mine dilithium. Like, I'm going to be the best miner there is. Maybe I'm small minded and maybe that's true. But that would have to happen. Otherwise, you need to you need to pay somehow that person for mining that dilithium so that we can have our starships.
What is payment though? What do they do with that payment if you live in a world where everything is free?
Right. So who's going to want to mine dilithium?
I think any kind of mining will be automated.
Okay, so then we're talking AI.
Yeah, although in TOS we saw the lithium mine and it was mined one with a horta, the silicon-based creature that went and melted people with acid. We saw that, and there were actual physical miners out there with, I don't know, laser drills mining the lithium. But I think mining in the future will all be big machines controlled by computer, and humans will win when something goes wrong.
And remember in Discovery, they had that mining colony that in season 1, and Lorca saved the day and that kid.
That's right.
Who saved us?
I think that was the same mining colony, was it not? From TOS. I think there's some. I think there's a mining colony we saw in TOS, and there was that one from Discovery, and they were the same place. Visually, they looked a bit different because they had all the special effects from Discovery. But yeah, they were the same place, I think. So, like, see if we talk about Deep Space Nine in Cisco's restaurant in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
So you go there, you live in New Orleans, and you go there for your lunch. Yeah. Do you pay?
Right.
Yeah. But if you don't pay, then could you go back for dinner? Or could you go back for a second lunch and a third lunch and a fourth lunch and just become super morbidly obese? Just because you don't have to pay for anything. You eat all his produce, which isn't fair to other customers that might want fed as well. And then if you don't pay, how does Cisco's dad, what's Cisco's dad's name again?
I'm picturing him.
Joseph.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, how does he get his produce? Because he's not a fan of the replicator, so he's not going to replicate, I don't know, a carrot for his gumbo. Assuming there is carrot in gumbo, I have no idea. He wants fresh produce, so he has to go to some farm to get that. How does the farmer get paid? Because Joseph Cisco is not going to have anything that the carrot farmer wants necessarily.
So the idea of Utopia sort of that is explained in Next Gen and also in the Orville is that the purpose is that you are striving to be the best. And I get Joseph Cisco wants to give you the best, authentic, New Orleans recipes. If I'm a farmer, I want to grow the best okra and the best carrots. Like I can wrap my head around that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But so if I'm if I'm Cisco, does that mean I'm hiring who wants to be the best waiter? Like I still have to have people serving because otherwise I couldn't be able to, do the whole restaurant myself. So like you have to have help. So do people want to be the best waiter? there still has to be jobs.
That's a good question. Is it something to aspire to?
Yeah.
Be a waiter? Or would
I
that
mean,
be
and
an
not
automated thing as well? Would a robot deliver your food?
yeah.
Or is like how do you justify having a wee side gig as a waiter? Are you still at school and you're doing your waitress job, or let's call it waiter because that's kind of a unisex term. You do your waiter job as a way to learn how to talk to people and get kind of skills like real good human skills. You learn to communicate with people is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I like that. And like when Hoshi and Enterprise, like she went down to talk and improve her languages. So like, yeah, you could use that as a challenge to go, be working at a starbase or like working at Quark's bar.
Yeah, just as work experience to get a taste for the real world. You're not getting paid because nobody gets paid for anything. You're just doing it to improve yourself, with a view that the skills that you learn will make you more employable when you get to your first, I don't know, starship.
That could be because you may not know what your passion is, right? Just as teenagers or, people going to college, they don't know what the heck they want.
I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up.
Yeah, and so maybe they're going to try different things. In fact, you know what? My roommate, when I first started teaching, because, we have the summers off, she got an internship at the landfill and she learned to drive the big, massive trucks that compress the garbage.
Oh, wow.
And she drove up and down trash all summer long, 8 hours a day. And she did it for the experience.
Wow, okay. And she has that life experience and she met interesting people and she learned about the process of waste management.
She saw a lot of seagulls. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe some dead bodies buried by the mafia. Who knows? Yeah. But
I could see that maybe.
Yeah. How do we get to that point? Because like right now, if the farmer growing carrots is going to want compensated in some way.
But why?
Because he has bills to pay and he has to buy fertilizer and he has to buy carrot seeds.
Right now, there's no bills.
But in 2022, how do we like the world right now works on a kind of human need and human greed. So the human greed aspect, we've got like really, really poor people that can't afford to eat or live in any kind of form of shelter. And then we've got almost trillionaires, people that are worth hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of billions of whatever currency. So there's so much human greed that I can't see a way that we can get away from that greed to just say, okay, let's just do everything for everybody else.
So I was thinking I had an answer to it, but then capitalism came back in and reared its evil head. So I was thinking, well, if we can take away the demand, so replicators, okay? So now we've got people who have food, are able to eat, so we don't need to have this high price for food. But then I was thinking, Cisco doesn't like, right?
Yeah. Okay, he doesn't.
So he wants to use real food, grown food, So then that's going to be a higher premium, and there go. That farmer is going to want something because his is unique and better than the what's it called?
The replicator. Yeah.
I keep thinking transporter. It's replicator. Yeah.
There was a TV show I watched recently. You maybe know him, Paul Hollywood. who's the judge on the Great British Bake Off, and I think there was an American version. He did a series, a food tour series in Japan, and he went to a strawberry farmer. And I don't know, Scotland is famous for strawberries. Yeah, they're really tasty, really delicious.
They are so tasty.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
However, this Japanese strawberry farmer makes the best strawberries in the world, but they're ridiculously expensive. And they're big, giant strawberries, and he's kind of genetically engineered them through kind of breeding specific varietals of strawberries to make the best strawberry. But they're like $300 a strawberry, some of them.
See, now that's the utopia that we want to get to. So here's this farmer who's creating the best strawberry. He's doing what he loves, this passion.
But they're $300. So
yeah.
Like,
could you conceive him growing it and doing the best and then giving it to the world free?
Because then right now, if he did that, then, like hordes of people would just go and like cockroaches, just clear him out of strawberries.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'd be out of business. They'd have to start from scratch.
Yeah.
Do we need that World War III that we have in Star Trek to wipe out billions of people to kind of reset humanity to put us on a better course?
Are you talking Conscience of the King scenario?
Do we just have to nuke everybody? I don't know. It's a scary thought. I hope not.
One thing that scares me is that, and it scares me to think about that I even have the thought that, yes, if we didn't have money, could I really, truly be the best that I wanted to be? Do I have that in myself? And can I trust that my human neighbor has that same desire? Because there are a lot of people who make poor choices, i.e. killing others. But is that because there's inequity? Is that because they have a need? They have a drug use? Like, how do we, if we have no hunger, can we trust humanity to not kill? If there's no supply, if there's no greed, if there's no, money, can we trust that, oh, yeah, I don't need to kill you?
Okay, how many problems do we fix by dealing with poverty? Yeah. How much crime committed is caused by poverty? I don't have an answer to the question. I'm asking the question: is there a direct link between kind of high crime rates and poverty?
Yes.
I think, is there? I don't know.
There is a correlation. Yes.
Okay. So if we fix the poverty, then do we reduce crime? And if we reduce crime, we make the place a happier place to be. If we do that, also, do people's mental health get better? And then, so if people's mental health is better, then they're happier and they're less likely to commit crimes or do daft things. Yeah, I think there's lots of different. It's like a spider's web of factors, and if we kind of cut one little bit of the spider's web, the whole thing could unravel.
Yeah, I see where you're going, and unfortunately, we're not going to be able to eliminate, I don't think, like murder, because I mean, just thinking about what you were saying of eliminating poverty, there's people who are rich that still kill, like, that still break the law. And correlation is not causation, as we know in statistics. So yeah, I would definitely help, but I don't know that it's the cause of all of the crime, but they are
I think you're
linked.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So another thing, universal healthcare is going to help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now in Scotland, we have universal healthcare at point of use. It's free. If I need to go and get something done, prescriptions are free. Your doctor can write you a prescription. You don't have to pay for it. We pay for it because we pay our national insurance contributions every month out of our salary. But in the US, you don't have universal healthcare at all.
No.
You did? Do you still have Obamacare?
Yeah.
Is that a stepping stone on the way to universal healthcare?
No, because you still sign up and you have to pay, but it's just cheaper because we're grouped. If you join this group, then because there's so many people, then costs are lower.
Which I suppose it's a bit like in the UK, where there's 65 million people in the UK, and we all pay into a pot, so everybody gets it for free.
Right. We just have that on smaller groups, which is stupid.
Yeah. So I suppose it's on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the issue with universal healthcare? Would you like universal healthcare? You personally?
For sure.
Okay.
But I'm a person who is middle to lower class, and so I don't know the benefits of having, high, paying for excellent medical care. Do you have excellent medical care? Because I can tell you that the rich do have excellent medical care.
Oh yeah, if I need something done on the NHS, it's going to probably take a while because with COVID, with the state of the economy, everything is taking forever on the NHS. But if I had the money and the resources, I could go private and go to a private hospital and get it done probably tomorrow if I wanted. Is that right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, we've got private hospitals and we've got private everything.
Huh.
And if you have the means, then you can get things done quicker. I don't think it's right. We've got private schools and private hospitals and private whatever else you want. I don't think it's the right way to go because private things make a small minority of people richer.
Yeah.
Don't they? They've got shareholders and shareholders make money. And if you're taking money out of a system, then there's less money to operate the system. So yeah.
Yeah, that was the big debate when I started teaching 22 years ago of the introduction of charter schools, more so in education. Because it's like you're taking away our public dollars that are supposed to be serving everyone. Yeah.
So yeah, this is too big a topic, isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
Can we come back to the food issue?
Yes.
So you hear so many stories on the news about families that are living below the poverty line and the parents can't afford to eat, so they spend whatever money they have feeding the kids. And there'll be some parents that they don't have a meal for days on end. And they'll just maybe eat whatever the kids don't eat, the leftovers, which is terribly sad. And you know what happens a lot? See, if we get to a point where there is like the replicator Now, we don't have replicators, but we do have 3D printers. And 3D printers are getting better and better. So, like most 3D printers, you'll have a reel of plastic and you'll melt that plastic and print whatever you want, or you'll have some kind of resin that you cure with UV light. But do we get to a point where we've advanced 3D printing so much where you could 3D print food? Where you've got like, instead of your resin or your plastic that you melt down, you've got reservoirs of nutrients that like fats. Like think of what's in food, fats and proteins, and you just 3D print it and you get something that is kind of nutritious. Yeah. Or do you take it one step further and you have think about the molecular or the atomic ingredients of food. Food's going to have carbon and hydrogen and oxygen in it. You just have reservoirs of those elements, and you can 3D print individual atoms very quickly to produce a steak after a while, or a carrot. So you've 3D printed real food just from the basic atoms. And if everybody has one of those, then nobody's hungry.
But how do we get reservoirs of protein strands, fat strands? How do we get those building blocks? Like, it's hard.
It's a resource, that you have to. Yeah. Does I don't know, is it connected to your toilet? Do you mean does your food synthesizer break down your waste and reconstitute it as food? It's going to be diminishing returns there, but
yeah, interesting.
The astronauts drink filtered liquid waste, don't they?
Waste.
So, why shouldn't we?
So I think to get to no hunger and no food issues, one step is, why in the heck do we have so much food waste and so many people going hungry? Why? There are so many examples, even in education, like, okay, I'll get there, but let me get there slowly. If a restaurant, say Cisco's, makes food and they don't sell it all, or they don't give it away or whatever, where does it go? In the garbage, in the waste. Why don't they send that to people who need it, right? Food banks and homeless shelters. And like, it seems to be a realistic problem that we could solve very easily. Now, at my school in Clark County, the school provide lunches, which are the worst, and they're prepackaged and they taste terrible, but they give lunch to every single student. I could get a free lunch. They provide free meals during the school day, breakfast and lunch. At the end of the week, the food has to be thrown away, cannot be given to students to take home, can't be donated anywhere. It has to be thrown away. And we have handfuls, just bags of food that gets wasted. And there's so many laws where you can't, like, there's some places that can't accept open food.
I know recently, but like in the last maybe 5 years, there was an issue with supermarkets. Yes. So supermarkets would reduce food that was coming close to its use by or sell by or consume by dates. And then so they reduce it, it'd be on the shelf for a day, and then they'd bin it. But then homeless people would start raiding the bins. So the supermarkets would put up big fences and padlocks to stop the homeless people getting into the bins. But there's a bit of a disconnect. This food was going in the bin, so why, if it was safe to eat, why wouldn't you just give it away to homeless people through no fault of their own, were in this position and needed nutritious food? I think some supermarkets are doing the idea of a kind of community food share, where the stuff that they're not using will go to, like, maybe, I don't know, a food bank or somewhere where people can use it. So they're trying to reduce their waste.
And I get
it should
that.
just be a given. It should just be done.
Exactly. Like, they've already purchased it. They can't sell it. So what's it to you? What's the harm? Why not give it to someone who can use it?
The argument's going to be there's going to be a litigation issue with somebody eats the food that you've thrown out or given away, and they get food poisoning and die, and so their families sue you for providing toxic food.
Yeah,
so that would happen in America, I would imagine, because you guys are quite litigious.
Yes, that's where don't bite the hand that feeds you.
I see. That totally makes sense.
And also there was a fad going around with ugly fruits and vegetables that get discarded. And where do they go? Like, they're completely, just because they're a little mangled, like, but that's the beauty of having it grown. Nothing is perfect all the time.
Yes.
And so, yeah, all of those fruits and vegetables that are mangled and don't look your typical shape, they get thrown out.
I think there is a huge problem with supermarkets in general about how the way things look, the way things are packaged. And package is all about psychological marketing. Yeah. If it's like, I don't know, dark packaging with gold on it, it looks expensive. And it could just be some cheap rubbish that you've put in it. But it looks nice and people are being more inclined to buy it. And if it's more expensive, that's better because you'll make more money. The gnarled up things, like there was a story, there was a food program on years ago that I saw. There was a farmer that made lettuces, and they weren't the right size or something for one of the big supermarkets to sell. They were a bit too small or a bit too big. They didn't fit in the packaging or something. So this farmer had 30,000 heads of lettuce that the supermarket wouldn't buy. So he just had to plough them, like discard them, essentially. Like, that's just insane.
Yeah.
We spent all that money to grow this produce for it not to be used when it could have done people some good. I know it's a lettuce, so they're not super nutritious, but it's not the point.
Yeah. It's the principle.
I was in a little shop in a little town in Scotland last weekend, and it was one of those shops without packaging. They had canisters along the wall where you kind of self-served like grains and pulses and pasta. You took your own containers, and they would weigh your containers, and then you just fill up. And it was a little local store, a tiny little shop. But I really like that idea. Supermarkets should all go that way, where you take all your packaging with you.
Yeah, we have those, the bulk section in our grocery stores.
Yeah, but I think food shopping should be easy, but the convenience annoys me. There's one, like Asda in the UK is owned by Walmart, and there's an Asda near where I work. And they used to have like a butcher section, and they used to have like a cheese section and like a cold cut section where you got like kind of stuff like cooked foods and pies and things like that. Used to have all these little sections, but obviously you would have to produce all that food for it and man someday to kind of serve it. But now they've just changed it, and it's all prepared, frozen, ready meals. I'm like, that's kind of sad. There's no joy in food anymore.
Yeah.
We've gone away from like buying food regularly. Like when you need to buy food, you would go down to your little local store, you go to the butchers, you go to the cheesemongers, you go to the greengrocers, and you would make the meal for that day. But people's lives are too busy now that convenience. If you can buy food and just throw it in the microwave for a minute and eat, that's better.
Yeah.
It's less sustainable, and it's probably destroying the world. So it's not a good thing.
Yeah. Oh. What? We can't solve it.
We can't. I mean, we're trying our best here, but we're finding more problems. Also, did you know that was it Tuesday this week? The population hit 8 billion.
Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah, 8 billion. It's now. I will tell you what the population. So Tuesday this week, I'm sure the population hit 8 billion, and currently the population of the Earth is 8,816,000. So since Tuesday, there's almost 1 million extra people in the world, because the birth rate is greater than the death rate. By 20? When is it? When is it? 2050, we'll have 10 billion people. And if food's already a problem, what's it going to be like with an extra 2 billion people on the planet?
We've got to use our food wiser.
Agreed.
So I get a little sad when I hear you say the population, because that number, I'm just wondering how many people weren't counted. They can't count. That can't be accurate.
Oh no, it's an indicator based on kind of the statistics governments put out across the world. So it's going to be a rough. There's going to be plus or minus, I don't know, a few 100,000 either way.
And I just wonder, if we are to have this utopia, every person is going to count. And so the underrepresented, the
minorities,
the
immigrants that we, in inverted commas, don't care about because they come into your country and steal your jobs and rape and pillage, which is not true. How what is the population of Earth in the 24th century? That's an interesting question.
That is a very good question.
Is it more than 8 billion? Is it way less? Because we've spread out and there's cities on Mars and you can go live in any number of planets around the Federation. Or you can go live on your spaceship.
Yeah, maybe that's what saves the Earth, because we've got people leaving and we can finally get this climate control and, work on saving our atmosphere.
How do we do that though?
By going and sending humans out. We can't, and that's interesting because when I was watching Into Darkness yesterday, Admiral Marcus was sending, the Enterprise with these 72 torpedoes to an uninhabited portion of the Klingon homeworld. And I'm like, really? There's a place that's uninhabited? Where would that be on Earth that a torpedo wouldn't be noticed if it were fired? Would that happen anywhere on this Earth? And in the 23rd century? No, there's not going to be a place that's uninhabited where someone could come in, fire a missile torpedo, and we wouldn't notice.
Yeah. Right now, probably. Like 2022, like be the Antarctic, or it'd be.
That's what I was thinking.
It would be Siberia, like somewhere like eastern Russia and north of China, deepest, darkest Siberia, where there's population density of like 0.
Okay.
So somewhere where they're far from thousands of miles from any major city.
Yeah, I was thinking the South Pole, Antarctica, but yeah, I thought of that,
Montana.
Siberia.
Montana.
What? Montana.
Northern Canada. Yeah, also there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so you've got to think that in the 23rd, 24th century, you've got the technology to be able to detect an incoming kind of matter, antimatter propelled device.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You
Well,
had
Joe.
you had a Crown connection.
Well, I was watching The Crown, the
Mhm.
season 5. I just
Yes.
finished it. And when who's the husband again? Prince of Wales?
Prince Philip.
Prince Philip. He's godfather to the little girl who died of cancer and was helping the mother get over her grief.
Yes.
What was her name? Do you remember her name?
I know.
Yeah.
I remember the main people, but not the side characters.
So he was, saying, well, you have this, find a passion, find something that's going to take your mind off of it. And he introduces her to carriage riding or competing or whatever.
Mhm.
And I was like, that's only can happen because she doesn't have to worry about finances or stuff, right? She's being taken care of by the crown, the taxes. So she can focus and say, all right, I'm going to rebuild this carriage. And they do that together. And then I'm going to, race these horses because I can, because I don't have any other worries. I don't have to worry about making money. I don't have to, carriage riding.
Yeah.
But I'm like, maybe that the royalty has the right fix of this is how we can become the best that we want to be. Because we don't have any burdens of living life.
Yeah, but you know that the elite, the super rich, they're all supported by the rest of us that are out doing the jobs. If it wasn't for the rest of us, and I don't know if I include myself or you as teachers in that, kind of the low-paid workers that provide for them, then they wouldn't be able to live like that.
Yeah.
But I get your point. They're doing it in the right way. They don't have anything to worry about, so they can focus on themselves. But can the single mum of 3 kids living in a flat in London that's full of damp because she can't heat it properly, she can't afford food, she works 3 jobs and doesn't have any support and is on social security benefits, can she do the same? No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And we're not in a place where we could make that happen for her easily.
But they're at a point where money doesn't matter. And so if we could get to the point, if we didn't have money, could we get there?
Yeah. But money makes the world go round, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't see how it's even possible.
The super rich get richer and the super poor get poorer.
Because there's always going to be a supply and demand. There's always going to be something that is better.
Mm-hmm.
And then those who have the means, whatever that is, money, corn, whatever, they're going to get it because it's the best. Which means if you have a best, then you have a worst.
Yeah, so if we get to a point where everybody's got food, everybody's got healthcare, everybody's got a place to live, yeah? But then what about the things that are nice to have?
Yeah.
Like, does everybody have a grand piano? Does everybody have a super yacht?
Mm-hmm.
Does everybody have a second home in the Swiss Alps?
Yeah.
I mean, there's there's things that are nice to have and that you don't need.
Yeah.
But like, I've got 2 monitors and a fancy mic. Does everybody have that? Do they
No,
need
I'm
that?
sitting at
No.
one monitor.
Yeah. Are we? Is this a fantasy ideal that Star Trek has kind of made us believe in that's unattainable?
The more I think about it, I think it is.
It's quite sad. Do we need communism?
So that's that idea of everyone having it the same.
Yes. But what, like if we think about the passion that you want to have, yeah? So you have a passion for something that is quite expensive to do. Does communism allow you to do that?
So let me ask it this way. If Joe, you and I, we love teaching, right? We would be teachers. That's our passion. I feel, well, then I will speak
Some
for
days,
myself.
yeah.
Like, I want to be the best teacher, and I have dedicated 22 years of my life to improving my craft and being the best. And I will say I'm a pretty good math teacher. Now, if there's a family and everyone gets education, and if there's a family that's like, I want you, Miss Nelson, to teach my kids because you are such a great math teacher. You're better than A, B, C, D, E, F, right? I want you because you have perfected your craft. Is there enough math teachers or, whatever? Are there enough teachers who have done their best that everyone has an awesome math teacher? No, because I, being as awesome as I am, can't teach every child on this earth. So who gets to have me? That creates, right? These levels. Yeah. Like, imagine a student who has me as the math teacher and you as the science teacher. Like, they're going to be brilliant, obviously.
Yeah.
So
or do we just have
it can't work.
Oh, it can it?
No.
It's a stupid idea for a discussion, wasn't it?
But I will say we can reach a point in treating others with respect, accepting diversity,
being
and
kind.
Building that utopia is very possible.
Do you know what? I think we're never going to get to that point where like some people don't have super yachts or private jets, although I think private jets should be banned. But I think we can get to the point where we promote kind of civility, and kindness, and treating your neighbours with respect, and not being. Everything seems very adversarial. Everything is, every argument is two-sided, and the person on the other side is unadulterated evil. If it's like Republicans and Democrats, or it's like the vast majority of the UK against the Tories, who are just pure evil, if you're asking me. I think if we get away from that and we sit down and actually have discussions about things that are important, and then if we fix poverty so nobody's hungry, and we fix healthcare, and we cure cancer and disease, and fix homelessness, then I think the world would be a lot nicer place. We wouldn't quite be there, but we'd be in a lot healthier place than we are just now.
Yeah. Agreed.
I have been reading, I don't know who recommended it to me, Joe Haldeman's The Forever War. It was written in the 70s, And it's a sci-fi novel about the Expeditionary Force. And the Expeditionary Force is a space force that goes out and fights a war with some aliens. And because of time dilation, the main character who goes out and comes back, he'll go out for maybe a couple of years at a time. And because of relativity, like decades have passed. So every time he comes back, he's kind of in the future of where he was. So like, I think it was written in the 70s, so he left in maybe the 1990s, and he comes back and it's the 2020s. And everything's changed. But then at one point, randomly at the blue, he comes back and world governments have promoted homosexuality as a way to kind of stop population growth. So like most people are gay in the Earth of the future. And I didn't read it because it was a gay book in inverted commas. It totally kind of came out of the blue. And I was like, that's totally random. And a bit weird, but yeah, it's interesting. It's a bit dystopian. It's not a happy place to live. Like food's very expensive, and there are rape and pillage gangs that wander the cities and kill you if you don't have a bodyguard. But yeah,
I don't understand that either. And I don't want to talk about it, but
yeah, there will always be people that prey on the less fortunate and the less powerful.
Yeah. See, so there will always be less fortunate, less powerful.
We have done nothing to fix the world, Amy Nelson, and we've been talking for an hour and 15 minutes.
My goodness.
Maybe some of our listeners have some ideas.
Yes.
Incoming transmission.
Well, we would love if you would help us answer this question. And you can do that on our Facebook group, BQN Collective, to continue our discussion there. I think we're going to still stay on Twitter. Who knows after this weekend? But you can tweet us at Galaxy Class Pod. And you can follow our network on Twitter and Instagram at BQN Podcasts.
I saw a headline earlier today that said Twitter won't be here in a week. I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on. So
I haven't. The only thing I've noticed since the takeover is that I am getting more random DMs from people that are undesirable to me. Yeah.
Randos.
Yeah. Hey, need a, sexual thing? No, I do not.
Heavens above. Please hit the subscribe button on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts and leave us a star rating and written review. That helps others to find the show. Amy Nelson, where can people find you when in the future you're not eating purified humans in the form of Soylent Green?
Oh my gosh.
Although I don't think, is Soylent Green not set in like 2024 or something?
It's
settling
no
down.
longer our future, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, by 2022. 2022. Yeah, so
that's our past.
Yes. Amy, are you eating pureed human for your evening meal?
No.
Good.
Yes. So when I'm not doing that, you can find me here on the network co-hosting All Good Things and Union Federation. I am on Twitter still at Miss Amy Nelson, but I'm rarely there. My favorite place is on our Facebook group, BQN Collective.
And so I'm going to upload myself to like the what's his face? Bob. Be a Bob.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a Bob. And I'll just live on the internet. Yeah. And if anybody's nasty to anybody, like the tweet gets automatically deleted. Yeah, because you're being not nice. Your DMs just won't even get to you because I'll have intercepted them, I will hack all the nuclear weapons to become inert. So no powering the. Nobody needs nuclear weapons. Yeah, we don't need it. So they're away. Yeah, kind of. Or if somebody's like, I don't know, I'll hack everything that's hackable and just make the world a nice place. I will be like the God police. I will police the planet. I will be up. See that bit in X-Men Apocalypse, where Apocalypse rises up and he uses his powers to launch all the nuclear weapons. I would just be like rising above the earth and controlling it to make it a nice place. And if I see you, I will use all my internet connectivity to stop you doing something bad. I will be good though. I won't go all crazy and powerful.
Right?
I won't.
That is not, no.
Promise.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
I would have a subroutine that would not allow.
Oh, like data?
I would be anti-corruption software. Yes.
It sounds nice until you get that ultimate, and then you take away freedoms.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you were a bad human, you would be like frozen and sent to kind of a moon base under the moon.
Okay.
Until we could reprogram you.
Good. Where else can we find you?
Oh, well, not Twitter. I'm not going to use Twitter, I don't think. Still got Twitter, and it pops up, but I don't go on it. So, yeah, I'm kind of out. Instagram, though, at JoeyJoe77UK, on the BQN, and on email, joepodcast@gmail.com.
Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.
If you'd like to help us keep all our shows coming to you each week, you can become a patron of the network on Patreon. We are putting out more exclusive content for our patrons that you won't want to miss, like It's Green or Amy's Math Moments. With a monthly Patreon subscription of $5 or more, you can join our meetings of the Hive Mind on the second Saturday of each month. Watch Patreon messages for details. If you feel so inclined, please check out all the details on patreon.com/BQN. A huge shout out to our very own associate producer, Jim McMahon. You have heard of Jim because he does our regular Trivia with Jim episodes, and also Davey Willett. And is that what I thank myself, the music?
Yes. We do have some amazing new closing music.
Which still a work in progress. I'm going to keep on working on it, and it'll evolve over time, and it becomes like a grand magnum opus.
Excellent. So please make sure to upload that to the drive so you
can add it. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we are so grateful to everybody for your support.
See, and that is Joe being his best and giving us the best closing music. Yes.
It's part of my legacy.
Yes. Well, thank you for beaming aboard the Galaxy class. And until next time,
let's make the world a better place.
Great joy and gratitude.